What is up? What is up? What is up? Can you hear me? Mic check, mic check. Am I out there? I'm on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, all the way live. Uh, we are up in here. We are up in here. Hold on. I'm learning these buttons and these new tricks over here. So we're trying to get that together. On this side, make sure I got my sound check. All right. Keisha Vaughn, can you hear me out there? Give me a wave out there in the thing. If you can hear me, mic check. Put some fives in the chat. If you can hear me, put some fives in the chat. We're trying to make this thing work. Who can hear me? Hey, Kendra Dion, what's happening? Kendra, if you can hear me, put some fives in the chat, making sure we are good on the sound. If we get ready to start this new show. Listen, all right, we're going to get running with it. I can hear me, which is most important, that I can hear myself, because sometimes I'm only talking to myself, and I'm only one listening. And I appreciate everyone jumping in. Welcome to King Conversations with me, Mark Wiggins. This is something new, right? This is a new thing that I been having an idea to do something extra with what was going on, and I decided to share conversations that I've had or been having with men, or especially lately with my son. It all kind of started with COVID. And it started with COVID, and we were having conversations that at 20, 21, 22, you start to have different conversations with your son, right? Or your child. I'm not going to just say this is just for men and their sons. This is for everybody and their kid, or especially but men in particular. And we started having these conversations about life, the deeper conversations about showing up, about relationships, parental, with your mom, with your dad, with people, authority, your goals, your dreams, your drives, talking about fears of going off on your own. My son launches to med school in the morning. He drives off to Cleveland. I will soon be behind. Come to Cleveland. I'm coming to kick it. So anybody in Cleveland, I'll be in town for a week. Holla at your boy. I may be bringing my golf clubs. I don't know why. I may not be able to find them after 2 years. But anyway, he's now going to go start his journey, and he needs to have these conversations. We're talking stuff. I mean, and again, we raise our kids and we talk about what we're doing, but we forget simple stuff like, you want to talk about this lease? How about renter's insurance? How about getting your name and electricity switched over? What does the deposit look like? And by the way, am I responsible? Right. Yes. All of that. Those conversations we don't necessarily think about until they're time to happen, and we don't prepare for them, but we have them. And then you start worrying about other things like, yo, watch where you are and understand what's going on. Do you understand the gravity of the moment? But understand it, but don't let it weigh you down. You know, you are not responsible for everybody else's dreams. You just answer a lot of prayers, but you're not responsible for everybody's dreams. For you, you're responsible for your own dreams, right? And no matter if it's me, your mother, your sister, it doesn't matter. You have to go get your dreams. You want medical school. You want to go out and do your doggone thing. And here you go, sir. Have at it. I'll be right behind you, like way over here somewhere. I'll be back over here, rooting, pushing, making sure we're staying on track, because that's what we do. So out of the discussion on the deck with cigars, you've seen the post on IG, you see us talking about it. And I was like, we having some king conversations. We doing king stuff. My mama listens, so I don't like to curse too much on live, but y'all know it's King S. We're doing King S, right? And we haven't thought about what is the king conversation. A king conversation is the king imparting wisdom onto the young and coming kings, queens coming up behind. Like, you got to hear this from me, because it doesn't really matter unless you hear it from me. And I have these conversations with my daughter, right? It's not just my son. He's just the recent piece of content. But my daughter is still out there, right? Yo, KK, what's up, babe? We call and talk all the time. We've been having conversations for years. I just now call them king conversations. I need my queen ready to go. I need her to understand some things as she begins to prepare to run her kingdom, be part of somebody's kingdom, build her own kingdom, or whatever. So that's what we're talking about. So the king conversation is really about having these discussions, men talking amongst ourselves and sharing our hearts, sharing our stuff, being transparent, or opaque. I don't want you to see everything. I'm gonna let you see some stuff. I don't let you see everything, but allowing us to see behind the walls, allowing us to see behind the things that we're talking about. Yes, later we're gonna be talking about mental health and mental wellness. We're gonna be talking about things. And so the way the show format, because I'm still kind of working it out. This is the intro show. I won't have any guests on tonight unless somebody pop on that I want to have on. But for the moment, it's just me. And I want to kind of run through what the format's going to be like. It's going to be a panel of probably 3 to 4 other men from all over the place. And we're going to have a discussion. Each gentleman that comes on the show will be responsible for one topic. They're going to present the topic, and we're going to run through the topics, and we're going to have the conversation on those topics and keep it moving. Therefore, it's not just one thing. Hey, I just want to talk about one. We're going to talk about, every time we do this show, 3 to 4 different areas of focus. It's going to run the gamut. I got pastors in the mix. I've got financial people. I've got, what do we need? We need some golfers. We need some mechanics. We need some authors. We need, what do we need to talk about inside of this relationship? I got some psychologists on deck. We're going to have the conversations that I hope that you, who's ever listening, can glean something from and start your own king conversation, right? There's big plans for this coming down the road, but it's starting off small. There is now a slot in the magazine, Off the Bench magazine. Side note, shameless plug. If you have not subscribed to the Off the Bench magazine, I'm imploring you to do so today, right? If you're on IG, the link is in the bio. Hit it, subscribe. $37 for 12 issues. If you're listening out here on the rest of this, go ahead and subscribe. The magazine is lit. It's dope. Your boy's all over it. Literally, I'm on the cover most months, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But the content is more important to me. What's inside and what's being said. I've got writers from all over the country talking on various topics. And this is what we're about: lifestyle and motivation. I want to motivate you to have the better lifestyle, i.e. get off the bench. Nothing has changed in the last 10 years. It's still about getting off the bench. Some of us are still there. Some of us have returned and sat down, took a little time out, but we need to get moving. So the topics and how we talk is what we're going to be doing. So look for in the magazine in the July issue. Yes, July issue coming out next week. It should be pretty good. Definitely talking about next levels. The topic of the magazine is next levels and your next level. So get ready for that. Again, hit the magazine out there. Make sure that you subscribe and follow us on Twitter and on OTB Magazine. Shouts out. Let me get all the housekeeping out the way so we get to what we're talking about. If you are someone who knows someone who you believe is a king and they got something to say, hit me in the inbox. I'm looking for guests right now. I want to make sure we get a variety of folks on here, new, and of course, some old dog friends I got out there, but we're going to do that as well. If you have a book, if you have a message or a platform and you want to advertise your message, hit me up as well. Get into the magazine. It is a great way to get going. Let me just for a moment share with you what you get when you deal with the magazine. You get me. I don't know what the holdup is. This should be enough, but you get my platform, you get training, you get coaching. You come in, I'm going to help you get your message out. Remember, I want to help you to tell your story so you can sell your story, and your story is your platform, your product, or your service. Can we help you get that out there using the magazine? Yes. So we're going to put you on podcasts. We're going to interview you and get you on lives. We have a lot of things coming. I don't want to be able to have a network of people. If you are doing something now, you need to do something different. A lot of the people in the magazine, this is some of their first or second times using a different medium to promote their message. Just think for a minute. Everybody can't say that they're a published author. Everybody can't say they had their article in the magazine. You get with me, you can say both. I'm a published writer, I'm a contributing writer, or whatever. I'm in this magazine, and I got receipts right here, right there. Put that on your page. We do a podcast interview. I send you the links to the podcast. I send you the video from the YouTube. You take that, you chop it, put it on your page, use this content, find something that you said, chop it up, and you use it on top of what you do. If you follow along on my Instagram page, this is what I do. I'll take a speech, chop it, use it, run it. Quotes start popping up from my executive assistant. She's chopping it up, putting it out there, because these are things that I'm creating as I'm talking, or I have written things from evergreen content. So if you don't know how to do those things, or you're not familiar with them, then you can come get in my coaching program as well, and I can help you develop your message. We got a lot of great speakers coming out, people who spoke well, they just want to be better. Everybody say better. And those who have never spoken before and they're looking to get their stuff together. So come get with the magazine. All right, enough with that. We'll get back to it. So here's how it goes. We're going to talk about stuff in the magazine. I got 4 topics that we're going to run through on King's Conversation from my opinion, and then I am out. Up first, topic number 1, Father's Day is a sham. Father's Day is a sham, in my opinion. Here is why it's a sham. Listen, remember, you have to remind yourself, this is a King Conversation, so I'm talking to other dudes about how I feel, but y'all can listen in on the conversation. Father's Day is a sham, and here's why. Name me 3 places that you can get a buffet for dad. Take out Golden Corral. Take that on out the mix. Take that out of there. And you take out the buffet, the Chinese buffet that serves buffets every single day. You can't have those. We don't get the hotel. I don't get the Grand Hyatt Father's Day buffet. We don't get the same food, man. And if there's a Father's Day cookout, guess who got to do? I got to cook too. If Father's Day is a sham, it's probably one of the shortest days of the year. We have to put in all this work, and we get this, and hey, thanks, Dad. Appreciate you. I probably gave you the money to buy me a gift, but I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Dad, we don't get to stay in bed. We make you breakfast. Dad still got to do dad stuff. Mom, the card section, again, I work in retail. The card selection for dads on Father's Day is about yay long. Mother's Day, just keep on running, and it starts, it's May. It starts running late February. Right after Valentine's Day, switch over to Mother's Day. Father's Day is in June. We may get some cards. We may have a card or two for Father's Day. Not talking about the ones that your children have made you, but some cards, right? From Hallmark or whatever. It's disturbing. And then we run out of gifts. We won't get dad. Dad has everything. No, we just can't afford nothing because we're giving all the money away. I don't have anything. You got to have some stuff to give me. All right. Know what your daddy likes. Know what the king likes. King likes cigars. The king likes his favorite liquor. The king likes to sit down and be still with the remote. Leave him alone. That's what we want on Father's Day. And I don't want to cook nor take out the trash. So you got to understand that Father's Day is a sham. But here's the reason even more so why it's a sham. Let me take my until cup. This is Grown Folks Conversations. Listen. There are two times that you talk about men and fathers. Father's Day, let's talk about how great dad is. And relationships, let's talk about how bad men are. Oh, God. Let's talk about men relationship. Hey, and then if you know me, I'm a male apologist. I'm not kidding. That Samuel's dude, I ain't that dude. I ain't that brave to go as hard as he go. He go ham. I don't know if he's always lying, but it's just hard to watch. But it's a train wreck, so people watch it. That's not what I'm talking about. It's never, we don't get a lot of conversation throughout the year. Part of the thought for King Conversations came from the cover, King Get Your Crown. If you saw the June cover, there was a crown. And I'm talking about King Get Your Crown. We've seen for months, years, Queen, fix your crown. Queen, get your crown. Girl, head, girl, crown. I like medieval stuff. I like Game of Thrones. There's usually two people that got crowns at minimum. And the other one we never talk about, and that's the king. So I started talking about, you know what? King, fix your crown. I said, hold up, pimp, hold up. Before we're talking about fix a crown, how about we talk about you go get your crown? Your joint is over there. it's over there. The picture that I wanted to have, and we just couldn't pull the timing off or whatever. Shouts out to Darlene's photography. She is a beast. We just didn't have the time to get it done. I wanted to be outside, like digging and pulling a crown out of the ground. Like, yo, I forgot I had this. You go in the closet and grab your favorite hat. Yo, I forgot I had this hat. Or your shirt that you can't fit no more, or your frat jacket that you can't fit no more. Anyway, and so here you go with this crown, but go get it. No, fix it. No, bruh, go get it. Go get your crown. You don't forgot some things, right? We don't forgot a lot of things about being king. And more importantly, we've kind of set it down and we've got sidetracked with life, taking care of stuff, running around, doing whatever, taking care of our families on the positive side. But we forget that we actually have a crown. So the King Get Your Crown is a command, it's a decree. King get your crown because we have stuff to do. We have work to do. We have legacies to finish building. We have things we need to turn around. We have generational curses we got to break and reestablish some great traditions in our families because that is your responsibility. The responsibility of the king is to take care of the kingdom. Okay, we ain't talking about the house and relationships. That's another conversation. I'm not leading with relationships, ladies. I'm not. I'm talking about the other stuff. I can't get to a relationship unless I can take care of my own kingdom first. We're talking about taking care of your own stuff. We're talking about things like mental health. We're talking about things like getting yourself together. We don't hear none of that on Father's Day. Oprah, the top men in the country. Oh, look at all these superstars. Love you. Thank you so much. Now they do more than that, though. They do more than that. I got a whole chapter of frat brothers that do more than that, and we don't highlight those. Not your fault, our fault. It's the man's fault. We don't highlight our own joints. Bruhs, I'm telling you right now, this is the thing. This is the mindset of King Conversation. We want to get to the root. We want to talk about those things. So in my mind, Father's Day is a sham, but you can cash at me and send me stuff every day, some cigars, some golf balls, T-shirts, and I love a good hat. So anyway, that's what that is. So we're talking about Father's Day. All right, let's see what's in the chat. Anything over here? We hear you, Kendra Dion. I hear you. That's right. Y'all come through. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Next topic, topic number 2. Self-care for men. Self-care is $1.5 trillion industry. We all know that women aren't the only one to get their feet done. And when it comes to self-care, it's not just about the massage. It's not just about the hair. It's not just about doing those things. It is wonderful. It's necessary. It's part of self-care. But self-care goes a whole lot deeper than that. Bros, let me ask you a question. What you like to do? When and if you get some free time that's not on Father's Day, what do you like to do? Or coach the kids basketball. No. What do you do for you? Self-care. Do you shut it down? Do you take a trip? Do you go away? Do you have a staycation? Do you go with your boys and hang out? Here comes the problem. Every time a man talks about that thing there, vacation going away, all the bells go off. Oh, y'all go. It's after 9 o'clock. Y'all going on the whole trip. Y'all out this and the other. Whatever. Why? Why can't we go away, hang out with the brothers and be men, have great conversations? We do that too. The self-care. I don't want to talk to nobody today. I'm turning my phone off. I do want to go to the spa and relax. I do want to go play around the golf. I do want to read a book. I just want to meditate. Time for working out, time for getting my diet together, time for all this. Self-care is important because if you stop taking care of you, then how are you supposed to be the king and lead for others? I know a lot of people, and I'm in and out of that category, who just runs till the candle is not on it's not burning on both ends, it's burning in the middle as well. I've gotten a little bit better as I got a little older, just maybe one side of the candle, but it's like a real big flame. So I'm getting better at it. I do understand shutting down. I do understand like taking a moment, taking a break, walking away, setting it down, and coming back and picking it up. Not walking away from it, not forgetting about it. I just need a break. And it does involve hanging out with other men and having positive conversations. One of the things that carried me through when my father died, and it doesn't seem, to me, it doesn't seem long ago, but it's been like 16 years since my pop passed, right? Let me tell you, and again, King Conversation, OP transparency. One of the things that carried me and allowed me to, I'll say, hide and just be loved was the Dudleysburg chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi. My frat, my chapter, a group of men who you can come around and they don't give a damn about nothing else but are you good? Now, we're going to talk about you. We're going to talk crazy noise about you and everything else and laugh at you. But at the end of the day, this brother really care. They allowed me to come in and sit down somewhere and just chill. So it's important that I go to my chapter meetings. It's important I get involved in my community. Yeah, that's all great. But the brotherhood and the connection is what's important. And the brotherhood and connection was what was missing. After the divorce, I had to hide in there too. I was like, who am I now post-divorce? I'm still dad. I'm that dude. I'm X. I'm the X. Ugh. Ooh, the X. But to them, I was just Brother Mark Wiggins. To them, I was just Polmark. To them, I'm still past Polmark. And they are that to me. They're my brothers. You know what I'm saying? So that's self-care. And to be able to set every month to go to a meeting and hang out for whatever reason or do nothing or go and travel with my bros, it is what it is. That's my self-care. So make sure, as we talk about topical stuff, I'm challenging the men out here, the kings, define your self-care routine. If you don't have one, talk to your wife. Talk to some other females. Y'all, what y'all do for fee? You shop? No, I can't shop like you. I got some friends. I know one of them on the line. I say shop. She jump up. Let's go. We ready to go shopping? Ho, sis. We can't be going shopping. You ain't burning my pockets. I can't do that. I ain't gonna burn my pockets like that. But just do find something. What is it that you like to do? What is it? During COVID, everybody got back to their hobbies, right? You pulled out things you hadn't done in decades. Y'all started making pots and candles and crocheting and paint projects. And, I used to play the violin. Yeah, stick with that. Stick with that. That's self-care. So that's it. Self-care for men is the topic. Topic number 3. Let me check the chats. Let's see over here. All right, cool. Let's go to topic number 3. Life lessons in sports. Well, we're going to talk about sports more than likely all the time. That's what I do. That's what I live in life. Sports is life, right? I want to talk about the NBA Finals. And time to time, I know I come on and talk about how things are portrayed in sports and in life, like how you can get your life lessons out of this, like talking about hustling and talking about finishing and being ready. But the biggest one right now is, again, you talk about your off the bench moments. We've got people and teams in the finals that we ain't seen in decades. We forgot they knew how to get to the playoffs. And here we are, all the superstars are injured. I guess I guess we can elevate Paul George, PG, playoff P, whatever, to superstar status. He is one of the last few standing. Giannis got hurt. Katie and them, all three of those went out at one time. What's a little wavy hair boy down in Atlanta? Trae Young. Yeah, he looking like El DeBarge sitting down. He hurt. Nasty jumper though. Oof. But what I want to talk about is the life lesson in sports is about the next up, getting ready. It is about the next up and getting ready. We've got stories of players in the D League, the G League, or whatever, being called up for 10-day contracts and they still playing, or they did play to their teams, and they're lighting it up. They're not just coming in and eating minutes. So while the stars rest, they're contributing heavily. They're contributing so much that what you hear the commentators say is they didn't game plan for this guy. He wasn't on the scouting report. No, he just got there. How you gonna get a scouting report, bro? Just got off the Greyhound. But they're out there contributing. And why are they contributing? Because at the end of the day, they're still basketball players. They're still professional basketball players. They just didn't get their opportunity. Some got the opportunity to play and they balling out. They're playing for life. They may never get this opportunity again to start or to be on the floor with this team. Everybody else is watching. When's that contract up? They're probably grossly underpaid, but they're going to get paid after this tournament is over. But the opportunity to be ready to go, it just begs the question: what are you doing when nobody's looking? Are you working on your skill set? Are you working on what you need to be working on so when opportunity presents, you're ready to go? Talk about that with speaking. Mark, how do you speak? Listen, I got tape of me speaking. I have audio of me speaking. I had me just walking around the house, just rattling off speeches and talking. So when someone like Stephanie DeBerry of the DMV calls you on the day before, hey, Mark, I need you. Excuse me. I need to speak to this group in Chicago on this train. I'm like, how long do I have? What are you talking about? What did you talk about? I'm like LL Cool J. Give me a pen and a pad and I'll give you a hit. In about an hour, I'm going to give you a hit. That's exactly what happened. I pulled together a speech, locked it down, jumped on. I'm like, oh my God, you're good. No, I've been working really hard. Working for the opportunity. So whatever you're working on right now, whatever you're trying to get into right now, make sure you're preparing for your opportunity. You just don't know. And as I always say, opportunities don't go away. They go to the person who's most prepared. And talking to the kings out here, what are we working on? And when ain't nobody looking, what skill sets you working on, right? Are you working on your business plan? Are you working on your health plan? Are you working on your investment plan? Are you working on your strategy? Are you buying Bitcoin? Are you Ethereum? Are you Doge? Or are you what are you? What are you studying right now? What are you reading right now? People talk about you can define somebody by what they read in their bookshelf. True. In our quiet moments, kings, we need to be working on our development. The 8 months got me to a pandemic was a year and some change. But I keep thinking about 8 months when my son was here, but the year and some change, I had set out to learn how to trade currency. I'm trade Forex, right? I joined the org because they were teaching. I couldn't tell you anything about anything when it came to Forex. It was painful, but I stuck with it. I got up every morning. I was watching videos. Where was I going? I'm watching videos all day. I'm trying to trade all day. I'm making $1, losing $6. This is not success. This is not success. But it is success. I was learning, right? It just cost me a little bit more. But as I began to get comfortable with what was going on, funny things started happening. I started paying to the stock market in general differently. I began to hear words differently. They've been saying them the whole time. Oh, it's bull. Oh, it's a bear. You mean is it bull S or is it, what is it? What do you mean is a bull? I don't understand the bull thing. I'm a Taurus. What does that mean? I'm sitting down? No, it's up. It's the bear. The bear. Oh, it's bad. Like that. It changed how I looked at stuff, and I changed how I looked at my portfolio. And it changed. It looked like, yo, bro, you behind. You need to catch up. We need to keep moving. Stay going. Move. This is what I'm talking about. taking in the life lessons, because when the opportunity comes to invest, when the opportunity comes to start a business, or you see an opportunity to make a move, you should be ready to make a move. Partnerships, communication. What are you talking about? What are you learning? And nothing more powerful than when kings get together and talk shop. Just this past weekend, I was at my favorite doctor's house, and she had a little get together. And one of the brothers there was selling cigars. And you know, he's an Omega. We'll overlook that. He's cool though, and he advertises in my magazine. He's real cool, but he sells cigars. And RC Hicks is out there. That's RC Hicks, Oasis Cigars. So Mama said you shouldn't be on the phone when lightning stuff goes off, so I may get off, but I'm not on the phone. Anyway, RC's got multiple businesses. He owns tropical smoothies. He's got the bro has a built out food truck that he rents out. They're like an Uber of food trucks. I said, bro, for real? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I just bet this truck. You want to use a truck? I'm like, I can get a food truck? I can be in the food truck business. I don't have to have. No, man, just rent it. I'm like, RC, this is dope. And I talked to his other frat brother, and he's got all kind of stuff with testing going on. But it was just so good to be around brothers who do stuff. And that's what I'm talking about. Life lessons in sports. They were preparing, working for the opportunity to jump out and do things. So you got to make sure you're there and doing what you need to do. Life lessons in sports. King, sit down with your kids. Use sports as a jump off point. Even if it's, let me say, even if it's esports, there's a life lesson in esports. My son, he ain't here now. I'm gonna talk about him. He'll sit there and play them doggone games all day long, all night long. He'll die 4,262 times and go, I think I got it now. For real? You just now got it? But there's a life lesson in there, because the same lesson, I had to actually drop that lesson on him. We was talking about quitting and going to another direction. I said, fool, are you serious? Do we need to, let me exhibit A with this game right here. You're right. I'm the king. Of course I'm right. This is what I'm talking about. Using life lessons for our communication with our kids and the people we deal with. Speak the language that they understand. Speak the language they understand. What's going on out here? What's up, Denise? Hey, Vanya Eileen on here. I see you, Vanya. What's happening? So anyway, that's topic number 3. That's what I'm going to do topics tonight. We'll get into number 4, passing out flowers. I hear everybody talking about, I'm going to give you your flowers. I'm going to give you your flowers. So now we got men giving flowers. This is what I'm talking about. I love the progress. Now I ain't going to send you now flower. I'll send you some cigars, or I'll send you some wine. I'm not going to send you no flowers. It's not what it is. But I will give you your compliments. This is what we're talking about. Giving people their propers, acknowledging people, saying thank you, affirming some people. Nothing better. Kings, if you really want to just make a dude's day, you see a brother walking down the hallway and he is lit. He on fire, shoes. Bruh, you're working that joint today. I like that outfit. That tie is killing. That tie is killing. What? Man, thanks, man. I didn't know if it's going to go together. I don't know if it goes together either, but go ahead with your bad self. That's what I'm talking about. It does not cost anything to give someone some flowers. It doesn't cost anything to pay a compliment or acknowledge a brother. I see you. You know, I had to really work, especially with the mask on. Look. Hey, what's up? How you doing? So now I had to do extra. So now when I see somebody walking down the hall, I'm not good. Hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing today? I'm good. I hit him with a full sentence. Hey, you know what? I hope you have a great day. Almost fall on the floor. Someone actually spoke. Give some flowers out today. So I'm going to give my flowers out. And this is probably going to be a continual segment where I'm going to give everybody a chance to give a shout out to some people to give their flowers. So I'm going to give some flowers out right now. First up on the flowers, Brian Ricks. I got a lot of Greek friends. He alpha. We overlooked that. He's an alpha. But I'm going to give Brian Ricks some flowers. He has been through a lot. You know, losing his moms, dealing with his kids, growing up and moving on. Youngest daughters, oldest daughters getting married, stuff like that. He has been a staple in my life. We go way, way back. When I was going through the divorce, this is the brother who came and got me and say, sit on my deck, and we're not even going to talk. Just sit here. Have a cigar. Hours of no conversation. But the brotherhood was dope. Brian, thank you for that. Thank you for being there for all those times and being that dude. Justin Jackson, what's up? Flowers to you. He's one of the new authors in the magazine. This brother's on the father tip. And if you heard the story when we interviewed him, he's been through a whole lot. The system was not kind to him, trying to take care of his kids, but he's still fighting and got a book out. Now he's got a movie coming out on the story, on the topic by Zane and her people. So the brother's moving. He's in our magazine. This kind of quality I got in my magazine, y'all. But Jackson, thank you for entrusting me with your message and coming down and speaking at my Off the Bench Live for my birthday. That was actually dope. Next up, Aaron Bootsy Cockrell, my main man. Y'all hear me talking about Bootsy all the time. Bootsy's in Cleveland. That's my dude. He is the dude that knows where all the bodies are buried, right? Ride or die day one. Again, just a major influence from the basketball court, from teaching me stuff, from protecting me, to trying to be more aggressive and more assertive and do these kinds of things, ride with me, to coming down to college. He'll tell you the stories. It's nothing secret. I got Aaron and one other brother, a friend of mine, not frat brother, friend of mine down to college with me. He said, we need to leave the area, come go to school. Got him down there. He just couldn't adjust. He came back home. I begged, I pleaded, bruh, don't leave, just stay. We can work. It can be dope. Forget basketball. We got to stay here. Guys, my daddy done told me I can't come back home. I got to stay here and get this degree. Come on, let's stay. And, oh, man, I'm going back to the crib. To this day, he will tell you that was one of the biggest mistakes he's ever made. You should have stayed. Right? He still stayed, but yet and still, he still has made progress and has handled his business, taking care of his sons and doing the things he could do. So flowers to my boy Aaron, Rodney Colley, another dude from the neighborhood, ride or die type of dude. This again, brothers, I'm passing out flowers to. Paul Robinson. Paul Robinson is noob extraordinary out here in the Virginia area. He holds a national seat. He is like a brother to me, and we have great conversations. When I took the chair as poll mark, this is a whole different lifestyle. I didn't know a lot, and I didn't even want to do it. There's a whole story behind it. I didn't want to do it. He was the one who guided me and helped me get through the other part of leadership. Leadership I had, leading Kappa men, leading black men, leading positive black men, a whole nother story. Everybody got an opinion. But anyway, shouts out to Paul Robinson, to all the noobs of Does Leesburg, and I already shout out at RC Hicks just for being a good dude in business and stuff like that, and being an inspiration to other people. You and your frat, I love y'all for what you do. Keep it up. And buy his cigars. All right, so that's it for that. And now, final word from the king. This is me. This is how the program is going to go. I'm going to leave with parting shots, if you will. King Conversations is just something that just came forth out of me just talking to my kid and to other people. I kept recognizing I'm having all these conversations with people who are younger than me, who are asking questions about stuff, who ask questions about relationship, marriage, business, and in both those areas, I had losses, y'all. I took major L's in both of those areas, in business and in relationship, several L's in relationships. But out of those, there's growth. Out of those areas, there's knowledge. Out of those, there's wisdom. Out of those, there's self-realization, actualization, there's coaching, there's mentorship, there's dealing with people to help you understand who you are, and then more importantly, embracing who you are. And if people can't embrace who you are, it's not your problem. It's not your problem. It's more important that you have a clear understanding of who you are and who God has made you to be in this space called life, on this place called Earth, and you live out that purpose. That's the most important thing. And if we're going to be kings, we're going to go get our crowns. If you want to assume the position of leadership, you want to assume the position of presence. And again, I'm not talking about coming in and running stuff. I'm here now. I'm almost cursed. Where you been? Don't come in talking about I'm here now, because where the hell you been? For real. Come in and just simply say, I'm here now. Let's go to work. Begin where you are. We don't need no long stories. Just do the work. Just show up. Just be present. Take your situation and win with it. There are other people out here right now who would take your situation and win with it better than you, because you missing some things. So now we're doing all these things. We're going to get our crowns. We're going to get them on. We're going to get them ready. We're going to continue to have the conversations. I have a great conversation. This will go on once a month. This is not a weekly thing. You have to be real with yourself. I got 3 other shows to do off the magazine, but every 4th Wednesday, we will have King Conversation. And no telling where I'll be, and no telling who's going to be on. My recommendation is, when you see it pop, jump on. Anyway, that's all I have for you tonight. Who's in the chats over here? Denise Edmond knows. What's up, girl? Hey, coach. Look, y'all, she coaches dudes down in Asheville, professional in the ABA. She's also in the magazine, The Do-Over Coach. We got Lita on here. She's doing it with Kendra Dion, just overall badass. She does her thing out there, and great coach. She is a coach of mine as well. Business coach, BD. If you need some BD, hit up Kendra Dion. She's it. Lita Harlem. Okay, Lita, I'm not gonna forget you this time. I promise. Hit Lita up. She has a business networking group that she's starting off. She is all over the place, and she does a lot of great connecting and networking. She has a line in our magazine called Pivotal Moments. She actually does a show called Pivotal Moments. She's had some great guests on, but more importantly, go check out the business connection that she has. Her network is a great opportunity. I'm a part of it. Off the Bench magazine is a sponsor with it. We'll be doing some work with her at some events. So we appreciate you there. Also, Dr. Coffee, she may or may not be on. We did a partnership with Dr. Coffee. Dr. Coffee was on the show through Facebook, and she is a sports psychologist, right? She comes to me and says she wants to partner. She's like, Mark, we need to do more for these young kids, these athletes out here, and I want to partner with Off the Bench magazine. So we have a partnership with her. It's sports coaching and psychology, if needed, for the kids. We'll have the form set up online where you can actually punch in, get a request to talk with her, have a consult with her to see what she can do to help you and your athlete perform better and get off the bench and soar to new heights. It's her thing, soar to new heights. I'm about being off the bench. So it's get off the bench so you can soar to new heights. How's that working for you, right? So anyway, those are great partnerships that's coming down with the magazine. I'm looking for more strategic partnerships for the magazine. If you want to brand out, hit me up. Let's go with that. So yeah, Lita dropped her. Look at, she always on it. You can't listen. I post something on Instagram, Facebook, and before I finish saying she don't like it, I'm like, girl, do you ever go to bed? Do you ever come off the gram? And the answer is no, she does not. So anyway, shouts out to all the people getting on. And regardless of whatever show I do or whatever I'm talking about, I will leave you with this final thought. If you can reach your dreams with a step ladder, then they're probably too low. Get your crown, King. Let's go. I'm out.